Welcome, guys, to the Calisthenic Hub. Those of you who are new to this channel, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, guys. I really appreciate that. As you know, I'm interviewing a lot of athletes here from all over the world that practice calisthenics. Whether you're in a competitive level or not, we're here to tell our story and our journey. So today, I have the pleasure to introduce Mark, and let's get to know Mark a little bit. So, Mark, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your time, and let's get to know you, bro. So, tell us, Mark, where you're from, how old are you, and when you got started with calisthenics?
All right, I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland originally. I actually live in Silver Spring now too. I'm 40 years old, just turned 40 a couple weeks ago,
Happy birthday, man.
and I've been. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I got into calisthenics. I mean, I've always been like a gym rat, like off and on. But like beginning of this year, I was like, man, I gotta start doing something and stick with it all the time. So I was just like, so I got into calisthenics, and I'm mainly doing like home workouts, push-ups, pull-ups, or whatever. Started meeting a whole bunch of different people online, and kind of fell in love with it.
That's awesome.
Something I really want to like get better at. Get stronger, learn all the skills as we said before. And just grow.
Absolutely, Mark.
The reality hit me that I was going to become 40, so I was like, man, I gotta do something. So I set a couple of goals. I hit one of them. I didn't hit the other. I was like, I wanted to start doing a lot of pull-ups. So I was like, man, it's 2020. I'm gonna do 20,000 pull-ups, and I wanted my max pull-ups to be 40 pull-ups. I didn't get 40 pull-ups. I got like the most I ever got up to was 34. Not perfect, but they were way better form than when I had started originally.
That's
When I
awesome,
first
bro.
started like posting videos, I got called out by a few times. Like, man, like you're half repping it. And I was like, man, what? This is the way I've always been doing it. This is how they taught us in gym. But I learned that it's full range of motion. You can't really beat
Absolutely.
that. You know.
I'm glad that that was some honest stuff, man. Because in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. There's a lot of people out there, like such as myself. I couldn't even do a pull up. So doing a halfway pull up, that was significant to me. And a lot of people out there think that that's a pull up. So I'm glad that we brought that up because we haven't discussed that yet on my channel. Full range of motions and stuff like that's something that we should all think about, especially coming in as a beginner. So when I first started, I've always wanted to really master that full range of motion. So I'm glad you brought that up, guys. So if you guys looking to do the pull up, full range of motion is really what we want to do, guys. One, it's the best way to train. Would you agree, Mark?
No, absolutely. I mean, it works so many more muscles. You know what I'm saying, and it prepares you for later skills as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, was there a specific athlete in the beginning of your journey earlier this year that might have gotten you inspired into the sport, or was it just that motivation that you mentioned earlier?
Um, no, it wasn't. It was just like the sport. I just wanted to get stronger myself.
Yeah,
But like I met like a lot of different people. Yeah, I know them more by like their like online names and stuff like that. So it's like I met this guy like Wilski NYC on Instagram. He's with the Barbarians, so like um Zeffirelli, one of the greatest. So I started looking to like different people like Cyborg, a whole bunch of different calisthenics athletes,
gotcha.
and I saw that people were able to do crazy number of reps and crazy different skills and different movements, and I was like, yeah, like I want to be able to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure, Mark, for sure. Yeah, man, I'm glad you mentioned some of our New York athletes, man, because I've been trying to get some of them on the channel. So hopefully, we get some more representation from our New York athletes. So if you're from New York and you want to get on the channel, guys, be sure to hit me up, guys. Or what in general did you find difficult or challenging, should I say, in the beginning of your calisthenic journey?
Uh, I guess like it was the reality. You know what I'm saying, that I wasn't like, cause like I said, I've always been in the gym. And like even like since high school, I fell in love with the gym, but like I started like driving and getting the girls and stuff like that. So I
Yeah,
instead of staying after school to the gym, I'm going out doing my thing. Um, so I always like get like off and on. So but I mean, I had a decent amount of strength. So doing pull-ups itself wasn't hard, but like this like the reality that I wasn't doing it right. and that
Gotcha.
like my rep went down considerably.
The moment you started
When I did do
perfecting the
them,
form. Right, right. No, yeah, listen. That was my harsh realization at the beginning too. When you start realizing what a full form is, whether it's a push up or pull up or anything for that matter, any exercise, you see the drastic move. You see the drastic change in the movement. It becomes more complex, but also the technique makes it better and more effective for that muscle hypertrophy and that growth, and just to get stronger in that neurological movement. The reason why I
absolutely.
say that is because we need to tell our bodies and get used to that movement in order to get stronger in that movement. And that's what I've been noticing as far as calisthenics. It's also a discipline you do over time to strengthen your ligaments, your joints, your bones, and your muscles. And it's all working in conjunction together, which is awesome. So speaking
Yeah,
of
I mean,
working together, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was saying like it's very different from like in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because we just like on the bench or something like that, or a lat pull down machine, or whatever. You
Yeah,
just like just get on there and then and push it like that. Like nobody ever told me I never heard of scapula before, but now I realize
dude,
like it's
I
so important,
completely agree. I completely agree. I never knew that the scapula was part of the back. I'm gonna be 100% because I used to do weightlifting myself. So I'm glad. Yeah, that's so true. That when you start to look at the more specific muscle groups, excuse me, when you start to look at the more specific muscle groups, you realize that there are a lot of like I'm gonna call it complementary muscles or that help the bigger muscles, sort of like the lats. We know our bigger muscles in our back. So, but if you had that good scapular strength, I'm gonna call that like the superhuman muscle because you have a good scapular strength and good scapular, I guess, control. You're able to do a lot more movements and more skills because based on my planche training, you require a lot more scapular control
Mm-hmm.
and strength overall. So would you agree, like now that you have this mind and muscle connection with the body through calisthenics, you see that there are certain muscle groups that complement the larger muscle groups to acquire some of these skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, you gotta love the way the body works, man. It's all works together. It's freaking amazing. Tell me about your training. Like, what do you how do you structure your training? Do you do a push and pull? Do you structure your training like through muscle groups or just kind of listen to your body at that moment? Tell me how you structure your training now.
I tend to do like muscle groups. Like I tend to do like do push pull legs type of thing.
Okay,
Um,
so
you know,
movements,
that, but that's more like I that's more from my like weightlifting type of thing
right,
because like
right.
when I train
Because you
with
could also
when I
do
train with
push and
other
pull
people,
through that through weightlifting. Absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. Yep.
you know what I'm saying. But when I do when I train with like other people, like they do everything on like the same day. So like I trained with this one guy, do calisthenics, and he had me doing stuff. So it was like pull ups and then like two types of push. So we do like pull ups, then get on the dip bars, then we do weighted push ups. And I was like, man, this is tough, But like you're just doing these supersets, and like man, this is hard. But like at the end of the day, you just feel like so much stronger.
Yeah, man.
So like a lot of times I'll do stuff like kind of like greasing the groove. Like I it's rare that I just do like a full on session. Like if I'm by myself, like if I'm at my house,
Yeah,
because like now, especially since like COVID hit, like I'm
yeah.
home at my home all day. So it's like I'll come in and I'll do some pull ups, and then I might not do I might do a few sets, but you know what I'm saying. But I won't do like a full session. But
I
I'm
hear
like
you.
that way I stay kind of like fresh.
Yeah, 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 for sure. I've heard grease the groove. I've done it for my handstands. It's something that it's a
Mm.
journey for me, and I know that handstands requires just time and patience. And yeah, grease the groove does work, man. I completely agree with it. It's helped me better. It's helped me along my way with my handstand journey. So Mark, tell me about what's your favorite exercise? Like which one do you like to train the most right now?
Um, well, what I'm focusing on right now, I want to do the front lever.
Front lever. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
like
awesome.
I've been doing like tons of pull-ups. Like I said, I finished my goal like into September for like the number of pull-ups. But
Yeah.
but I want to do do the front lever. It's just so cool. But like right now, I'm stuck. Like I can do the advanced tuck, but if I try to pull up, and I have a pike in my hips,
Got it.
so I got I got to do more glute training and stuff like that. So like it's a
I,
beast of a skill, man.
it
It
is,
just
and I
looks so cool. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
you know,
agree with you, Mark. It is a beast of a skill, and I feel like if I can master that skill, which in my opinion, I think it's one of the hardest skills to master, then it can
yeah.
transition into the other skills much easier. So I
Oh
figure,
yeah,
fuck it,
definitely. I mean,
go big or go
if,
home.
if, if you can do if you can do that, I mean, you can definitely do like front and back lever because you already have that body tension. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have the scapular strength. I mean,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You said it perfectly.
like,
Yeah, man. So talk to me about your nutrition. What do you do as far as nutrition? Are you more of a conscious
I
eater or a calorie counter? So talk to me.
no, no, I I I don't really like pay attention to my. I mean, I've kind of always had a good metabolism.
Sure,
So I mean, like if I'm bulking, I eat like more protein or whatever. I'm cutting, like I can cut down my stuff, but I don't have like a strict regimen. If
gotcha.
there's food, like I'm a picky eater, but like if you put something I like in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, bro. Listen, man. We like I always say, as far as the food, you got to make yourself happy with that, and make sure that you're eating to keep a mental, a nice balance as far as your sanity. Because I, when I went through my shredding diet, man, it was something that I realized that if you don't do things that you like in your diet, you're gonna be more prone to not sticking to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, this thing is like it's gotta be a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
like you gotta live a lifestyle. Like you said, you want to do something that makes you happy.
Yeah,
So you gotta
man. Absolutely.
find
Absolutely.
recipes and stuff.
Totally agree with you. Tell me about what keeps you motivated now. Now that we know a little bit about what got you into it at the beginning of the year, what's keeping you motivated now? Like what's that fuel?
I mean, like I said, like just like the reality that I'm getting older. You know what I mean? It's like I know that I was I can't lift as much as I used to in the gym. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And like that I didn't know, or I mean I could do more pull-ups than I could back in the day.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to do. I want my body to always to work as long as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to be healthy and like be able to do fun stuff.
Yeah,
So
for sure, for sure. So you're your own motivation, man. Just that's awesome. That's awesome, Mark. We should always be our own motivation and in our number one supporter. That's my opinion. Um, and I'm glad you're doing that, Mark. Keep going. And we only get stronger the more we practice calisthenics. And
absolutely.
speaking of that, speaking of getting stronger, we know that calisthenics builds a mind muscle connection and it builds it to a really strong level. Set aside from building your mental and your physical strength, what other areas of your life has calisthenics impact?
Um. Well, so I'm typically like an introvert. You know what I mean? Like I can talk to anybody about anything, but like I'm not the type to like engage like a stranger.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Naturally. Um, part of this journey, you know what I'm saying? I've put my stuff out on social media, so through that I've like met and like made like all these friends I would have never met before.
Absolutely,
So it's
man.
just like it's opened up me to like new social circles, giving me like a different level of confidence, like socially different things like that. Um, I mean I still like my nature is my nature, but like
Yeah,
at the same time I've had like different experiences. It's like, all right, you know what, like you put yourself out there, you know what I'm saying? Like people aren't gonna like judge or like or
for
whatever. If they
sure.
do, you know what I'm saying? Who cares?
Mark,
So
that's amazing, man. I agree with you. This is once you start practicing calisthenics, you realize the community is really supportive, and you create local circles, you create social circles online. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I'm learning that more and more as I go through along through this project. So I'm glad to hear that you're also getting that experience yourself, and I'm glad to hear that it's been a positive thing to you. Glad to hear that. What setbacks have you encountered during your calisthenic journey these past few months?
Um, I definitely had some like overtraining
Okay.
issues. You know, like just I had to like learn to like listen to my body. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like you get like a number in your head and you're just like, man, let's just like do it, or you just think you're like Superman or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
so like I was at one point I was doing stuff like you know doing pull-ups for like 4 to 7 days straight, you know, and like
Right.
one of my like friends training, she was like, man, like you're gonna like hurt yourself or whatever. I didn't
Yeah.
have like a major injury, but definitely it's like, oh, like little pop in the shoulder, like that's not good.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to like scale things back, you know. So
Yeah, 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 definitely. And structure your training to your level. I always say that, listen to your body and just experiment, like don't overdo it. Don't always overdo it. It's not like you said, have a number, but use that as more of a tool to measure where you're at. Don't always perceive like you need to do that number because that's where some accidents can happen. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So talk to me about your future. What what do you have planned as far as calisthenic
You know, like
skills?
I'm thinking I've thought about becoming like a personal trainer or whatever. I mean, I have like friends that you know that I train, you know, what I'm saying, but nothing like official.
Okay.
Um, you know, just people like, oh, you know, like help me get in shape or whatever type of thing. So I mean, I enjoy doing that a lot. You know, but like I just want to keep getting stronger and like learning more skills. I mean, I've seen people like 50, 60, 70 years old
Dude, for
doing like
sure.
muscle ups and doing like amazing. I'm like, man, I can't do that. You know, like
Yeah.
like I'm trying to get to that level. You know, and that's amazing. You know, so
Yeah.
it's just like seeing what's possible. You know, it's really just like
Totally agree, man.
you have to use your body. You know, if you keep using it, it'll do good for you.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with you, bro, because it's when I see these gentlemen do it around my area, man, it gets me hyped, bro. I'm like, dude, I want to be that grandpa that I got my grandkids on me and I'm doing muscle ups, like that's the way to pull ups, it motivates me to see that no matter how old we can get, as long as we continue doing this sport, we will continue staying strong, and it's a longevity game here, man. With this type of discipline, with this type of training, that's just what I'm realizing myself, and I'm sure you can agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think as a community we can improve on?
I mean, it just needs to become more popular in more places. You know, so like you're like in Europe, right? So I see like people. You know, there's lots of different groups,
Yeah,
different calisthenics teams and stuff like that. It's really popular in New York. It's really popular, you know, on the West Coast in Cali. You know, but like I'm seeing more and more people get into it in like smaller areas. Like I'm from Maryland, and like you know, just a couple months ago, I found out, you know, what I'm saying that there was like little like calisthenics park uh, that was built, but they have like the same exact part. I don't. I guess like the same company built it, but it's like there's like one in like San Diego, there's one in like Ohio,
gotcha.
one somewhere in Florida. I mean, it was like I'm like, all right, so like this is cool. People are like getting into it. You know,
Yeah,
just we just need to be exposed to it more.
yeah. Well, hopefully we can reach more people through this channel and expose just whoever it is, and get them inspired to, you know, get into calisthenics or some sort of, training with their bodies or fitness goals. Just have them achieve those fitness goals, should I say? I think it's really important. Hopefully we can inspire some people, man. That's
Absolutely.
the, that's the that's the name of the game here as far as this channel. Inspiration, motivation, and elevation as far as sport, and getting across to everybody. That's what I want to do, bro. So thank you again for your time and telling us your journey, and thank you for everything, Mark. I really appreciate that, man. How about you let us know where we can follow you on Instagram or any other social media platforms?
I'm on Instagram at master underscore Mr. underscore MM. Long story behind that. And then I'm on YouTube. I have a little channel. It's just Mark Moser. I think there's like 3 people with the same name, but like my name will come up first because I have the most videos. And I'm I'm wearing a weight vest, so you can't miss me.
All right, guys. We'll be sure to put the link in the descriptions, both to his Instagram and his YouTube channel. Again, I'm always here to support another YouTuber and another fellow athlete that practice calisthenics, man. That to me is, that's what it is, bro. Really, man. So I appreciate your time, Mark. Thank you again. And yeah, man, I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you for telling us your story, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me, man. It was a great experience.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Guys, be sure to show Mark some love, guys. You already know where to follow him. I'll put the link in the description. And if you guys like what we're doing here at the Calisthenic Hub, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Shares with anybody who needs some motivation. You know.